home among her people. When I was very young, we moved to my father's reserve, Sandy Lake. This was the land that the great chief Atakakop chose when he and other Indian chiefs were forced to move our people onto reserves. Atakakop was my great-great-uncle. His brother, Sasakamoose, was my great-grandfather. Some of my earliest memories are of hearing the stories about Atakakop and the choices he made for our people, about his understanding of the challenges the white world brought us, about his wisdom in picking a safe course when the waters moved against us. I heard tales of Atakakop's foresight and his innocent miscalculations, the way the white men would break his trust, the way they would force their ideas of land ownership and property on him and his people, about how, despite Atakakop's remarkable leadership, our people would suffer. Those early stories about Atakakop would convince me that the white world was not made for the Cree people, and despite every effort our great chief made to embrace it, that world would not embrace him, or us, his family, his kin, his people. Atakakop was born in 1816 in the Saskatchewan River Country to a Métis or French-Canadian father, Antoine Chatelain, also known as Charles or Louis, and a swampy Cree half-breed mother thought to have been named Ugimawinotuk. He had 4 brothers, Mososkapo, Ahenakew, Napeskis, and my great-grandfather, Sasakamoose. Atakakop can be translated into English as star blanket. Sasakamoose is thought to come from the Cree words meaning one who adheres. Atakakop's roots, my roots, in this country are deep. We Nehiawak, the Plains Cree people, have lived in the woods and meadows of what is now known as the province of Saskatchewan for hundreds of years, hunting buffalo, moose, deer, and elk, fishing in the lakes and rivers of this fertile land. We roamed the hills and grasslands freely, settling in winter hunting grounds and moving to follow the buffalo when the snows melted, traveling in all directions to meet and trade, sometimes riding south into Montana and North Dakota to raid horses from the Blackfoot Bear. When the fur traders arrived, we trapped and traded with the Moniawak, the white men, from the Hudson's Bay Company. When the permanent trading post, Fort Carleton, was built, Atakakop and his men were among its chief suppliers of fur and pemmican. But with the arrival of the Moniau settlers, and then the Métis from the Red River Valley, things began to change for my people. The white man hunted the buffalo for sport and trophies, wiping out huge numbers of the beasts that were our medicine. Food became scarce for those who depended heavily on the buffalo. Many of us starved. Traders brought in enormous quantities of alcohol to blur our judgment during trade. Smallpox and other diseases arrived with the traders and settlers, killing us by the thousands. First, the Hudson's Bay Company, then the Canadian government, and the settlers claimed the land, sometimes protecting with force what they had seized. In just a few generations, our world had changed. And so Atakakop faced the uncertain future head-on. The Moniau government had signed treaties with bands in the south and east, Treaties 4 and 5. The treaties promised specific areas where our people could live without fear.